Coach, let's talk about Johnson Wales. Obviously, we talked about this after the last game, but a good opponent for us as we prepare for regionals. Having faced them earlier in the season, just a couple weeks ago at their place, knowing who they are and coupling that with being without Mandy tonight and a couple others in terms of our personnel change-up. What was our strategy tonight?
Well, like you said, we're really happy to play Johnson Wales. They're a good team. They've got some really good ball handlers that can drive. They've got some shooters that, as we saw tonight, knock down some shots, and they've got a couple of posts that are good size. And so they have some balance, and we've got to be on our game in all areas. And so we're happy to play them before our tournament. Helps us play at a high level, and we've got to compete at a high level. And so then it's a good tune-up for the tournament. Really happy overall with how we played. I felt like defensively we played a much better game than what the stats show.
Obviously it's not. This question is not directed at the officials per se, but we had talked about even at halftime. They called a very tight game. I think total, maybe now we're counting up somewhere in that like 49, 50 fouls, somewhere around there between the two teams. As a coach and as you're bringing your team in for timeouts and that kind of thing, how do you make in-game adjustments for that?
Well, we felt like we played really good defense. We kept our hands wide, move our feet, and wanted to make it really obvious the difference in the type of defense being played by the two teams. And they did call more fouls against the other team, but I even felt like it could have been a lot more. And there were a lot of, and we like a tight called game because we feel like we can move our feet and it rewards the team that's working hard on defense, doesn't reach. And so I felt like, the referees ref and we play and don't worry about it. Sometimes it affects the game, especially if you have a short bench. We're a little personnel short tonight. And so when you get people in foul trouble, that can affect strategy a little bit. But, they shot the ball really well, and we didn't. That's the biggest stat to take away, along with the turnover factor. They shot the ball 90 times, and so it's hard to overcome. That's a lot of shots to give up in a game. Part of that's due to the turnovers that we had. So, those two stats tell the story of the game. The score, doesn't reflect how well we played defense. We hurt ourselves by turning the ball over, and they were able to convert a few of those, and then they shot the ball really well, which doesn't really reflect how well we played defense. We out-rebounded them. I felt like that was a big goal going in. We were down at halftime in the rebound battle. So, we worked really, really hard, and the team played really well overall. It's just not reflected in that score. But I felt like, we played a pretty good game.
Talk to Kylee, and we'll finish with just a second. But Kylee, kind of same question I asked Coach, but coming into today, you're starting. Amanda's not there. The down low players are thinned out a little bit with not having Amanda in there. What was your mentality coming into the game, knowing you're going to face some big post players
Yeah.
have a tough battle?
Well, first things first, just work hard. Don't let their size intimidate you because, you can always get better in different aspects. And we played 5 out quite a bit, just trying to bring their bigs out, intimidate them up on the high side. And that worked quite a few times, being able to drive the hoop and beat them. But just being able to work hard. And Tiva did a really great job boxing out 55 and 32, their main 2-post players. So, yeah, it was just getting up there, getting those rebounds. So
early on, I think the first couple of possessions, they went right to the post right away. You mentioned the switching of the defense. How do you think that helped in, particularly on our defensive side, and being able to combat their post play?
Yeah, our defense did really well. We kept our hands up, and sometimes that's all you can do is get your hands up, and it's going to go in sometimes. And we just got to look to the next play, but just continue to work hard and get in there no matter what.
Going forward from this, what do we take as as pointers as we go into? Now that the season is over, it's win and go on or lose and go home. So where do we go from here?
Just continuing to shoot and move the ball. We didn't have a great shooting night, as Coach said, but just keep shooting because the more you shoot, the more likely it will be to go in. So just being able to work the ball around. And we didn't play a lot of high post tonight, but that'll be key in playing in the tournament. So.
All right. Let's talk about, obviously this game means more than just a typical regular season game. So kind of take me through the day today, and even leading up to this game, knowing obviously this is the last one. This is this is your last home game here with the Bruins, and as you kind of think back over the course of your career and that kind of thing, just take me through those emotions coming in.
There were so many emotions. I tried to hold back the tears till after the game. But today has just been awesome. My teammates have been amazing. They've been giving me so much love today and just, lots of words of encouragement. I'm just really thankful for that. I'm just thankful for the friendships that I've created throughout all my 4 years. I have made so many friends I'm going to have even when after college and the rest of my life. And that is what, I feel like basketball is all about. I just love the relationships and things you create. I could name so many people from first year, like Kim Speaker, Courtney Hofler, Julia Wright, Jenny Goss, she's out there right now. So many great people that I'm so thankful. I never would have met them without basketball. And I'm also for how Coach has mentored us and just how he's taught us how to walk in the Lord. On Monday nights, we always have a Bible study after practice, and that's just stuff that it's just really cool. Not many teams do that, even though we call those midnight madness practices because they go really long. But it's worth it in the end because it's molding us to be women of God, and that's what we want. So it's been an amazing 4 years. I wouldn't have changed anything about it. I'm really thankful to be a part of this team.
As you kind of look back over your 4 years, try to put yourself in the shoes of first practice, first game, that kind of thing, getting to this point, what would you say you're most proud of?
Oh my. I don't know. I guess kind of Coach always talks about knowing our role and knowing what we're good at, but being humility about it. I kind of forget that thing he say about that humble thing, but know who you are. Yes, sir. That's it. And so, shooting, I like to shoot. I like it because, we need points and I can help the team out with that. So I guess maybe becoming more comfortable in that. I've worked really hard to, knock down shots. So I guess that one.
Let's give it back to Coach. And Coach,
Right.
I asked you this at halftime, but for the post game folks, obviously as you said, even at halftime, we view this as bittersweet because it's a graduation, but it's also very hard to lose a player that's had such an impact over the last 4 years. So how do you summarize 22's career?
Oh boy, summarize a career. Well, for one thing, like I said, we don't view it totally as an ending, even though it's our last home game and we do have some games left to play. And even when it is our last game, whenever that may be, and we hope it's several weeks from now. But it's the beginning of another chapter in our life. So we're excited about that. We're we look back at the others that have graduated from our program and what they're doing for the Lord, how they're living in society, and how they carry themselves, and we're proud of that. We look forward to that from the same standpoint for Hannah. And looking back on her career, she's obviously a great three-point shooter, and she was a good three-point shooter when she came, but she's continued. One of the things I appreciate the most about her, even the senior year, she's got the most shots up on the gun this year. She's still working hard at her craft, not satisfied where she's at, and become better and better, and is leading the nation for the majority of the season in three-point percentage. And so that didn't happen by accident. And she wasn't satisfied when she came here, even though she was good. She became a great three-point shooter. And, teams have to plan for that when they play us. They've got to know where number 22 is on the floor because if they lose her, she's going to knock it down. And it's a great weapon to have as a teammate. They know, they have confidence. Let's get the ball to Hannah. Look for her when she's open. And then off the court, especially this year, stepping into a leadership role. This was an interesting year in the fact that we, for the first time, we graduated through some 4-year starters last year, 4-year players for us, and some holes to fill leadership-wise. And Hannah was able to step up and off the court be a leader and teach. We have 9 freshmen and sophomores on the team, and so being a leader is huge. And she'll leave her mark on the program a lot from the leadership role she's had this year. Not just from, we're going to miss her on the court, but we're going to miss that leadership, and she's going to have an impact next year, even when she's not here, because of the leadership that she's shown this year. So really proud of that, and glad that we were able to take advantage of that while she's here as well.
As I asked Kylie as well, as we go forward here, now it's very a lot more important because, as I said, when you go on, you lose, you go home. So, going into Thursday's game against Piedmont International, a team that we've faced twice already this year, what are we going to take from tonight into that to hopefully have a successful regional tournament?
Well, hopefully we take good defense and we leave the poor shooting here tonight, and we'll shoot the ball a little better. But ultimately, I feel really good about how we're playing basketball right now. I think we're moving the ball for the most part really well. We have stretches. Obviously we're not playing the perfect game, and we never will. But unless we have basketball in heaven, I'm not sure about that theological question. But we're never going to play the perfect game here. But we're focused on being excellent and improving all the time. And so I feel like we're moving the ball real well on offense, making good decisions, strategy-wise. We're defensive scheme. We've been working really well, I think, the last couple games, and so we take those things into the tournament. And as long as we maintain our composure, I feel like it's really ours to lose. We've beaten every team in the tournament, and so we know we can. It's just a matter of going out and executing, and that's the time of year to do it. And it's a great end of the year tournament to have to look forward to, and a way to end the year to test ourselves against teams that are going to test us, and then hopefully go on to nationals and see what we do there. So we'll take the hard work all season long, try to reward ourselves for that hard work.